Hello, friends, and welcome to another video by me, Lunar. Today I am going to get several K-pop related things off of my chest, because I am seeing so many of these things fly under the radar in the K-pop community and it is annoying the hell out of me. All of these are, for the most part, my personal opinion. Many of these points will be biased, and I just ask that you respect my opinion as I will respect all of yours. Disclaimer: some of these points will discuss darker things such as a decline in mental health, starvation, bullying, etc. If those things easily upset you, just skip this video and come back next time. Let's get on with the video. Enjoy. It has been over a year since Sujin went on hiatus, and almost 1 year since she was kicked out of i-dle, and I'm still extremely hurt and bitter over the way kpop, K-nets, and a lot of international K-pop stans acted about this situation. I may be a little biased here because Sujin is one of my ults, but I know I am not wrong in saying that Sujin did not deserve to get kicked out at all. The evidence brought up against Sujin never made any sense, and the actress who originally accused Sujin even went back on her statement saying that she, quote, wasn't sure if it was Sujin who had done all those things, unquote. So basically, this girl was kicked out of a group she worked her ass off to be and perform in over a bullying allegation that was shallow and barely held any truth to it, if at all. And I will never forgive kpop for kicking her out and not just extending her hiatus. There was a strong chance that, even if Sujin had gone on hiatus for a year, maybe even stay on hiatus during Tomboy era and then come back gradually after, that her reputation would have been revived and things would have been okay. kpop could have even, I don't know, defended Sujin, like literally any other company would have done to protect one of their most popular artists. But no, of course not, since kpop don't know how to manage a K-pop group to save their lives. And do not get me started on how Sujin's mental health was affected by all this. There were rumors of her aunt saying that Sujin's mental health was extremely tarnished by this situation, rarely eating or leaving her room. Her family were even concerned for her life at one point. And even if those posts were false, I can't imagine this situation has affected her positively. Sujin has always been so sweet and kind on and off camera, and she should not have been kicked out of a group she loved so dearly and passionately because she smoked a cigarette when she was 12 years old. End of story. I don't know if Sujin will ever come back to music. I honestly doubt she will. I love i-dle with my whole heart and always will, but it will never be the same without her. Every time I see them as 5 and not 6 my heart hurts a little bit, but that's a personal thing. i-dle as 5 and i-dle as 6 are two different groups, and I can't bring myself to keep up with i-dle as much as I used to now that Sujin's gone. The way she was thrust out of an industry she loved to perform in is too bitter of a story for me to look at i-dle as a whole fondly. There will never be another So Sujin in K-pop, and making her leave was one of the worst decisions kpop could have made. You got me looking for attention. You got me looking for attention. Before I start with this, I want to clarify that I have nothing against the members of New Jeans. I'm sure they're all nice girls, and it's not their fault that any of this is going on. But that's the problem. They're a bunch of girls. I don't know whose idea it was to debut a group with a bunch of 13, 14, 16, and 17-year-old girls in tube tops and skin-tight clothing shaking their hips, but I'm not surprised that Menheejin is behind this. With the allegations against her and how weird she is around minor idols, I'm not surprised one bit. Obviously New Jeans are not the only group with minor idols, and most certainly not the first, but every single girl in this group, except for maybe one 18-year-old, are all minors. This is helping perpetuate this idea that debuting anyone younger than 17 in a group is okay at all, and standing them is telling these companies that it's okay to debut 13-year-olds in groups because fans will give them their money anyways. It's even worse because the woman who manages this group is a literal alleged pedophile. This is what you want to give your money to? Especially you all who are standing them while being fully grown adults, or over the age of 14. Why do you want to stan a bunch of children with a questionable concept and a PO for a creative director? None of this is okay, and I'm just so baffled seeing so many stans of this group when we literally know little to nothing about them. Hype stans especially are the bane of my existence. If you stan them, I am aggressively side-eyeing you, but do what you want, I guess. Just know you are giving companies like Hype the okay to debut more 13-year-olds in the future. Also, I'm seeing everyone act like this song is a gift from God, when the only catchy part was the chorus. So I don't even know why we're so hyped about this group. I hope the girls of New Jeans stay protected and don't get hurt by this harsh industry at such a young age. It's sad because I do like the name, New Jeans, and their concept is pretty cool as well, but I just wish Hype could have waited at least 3 years to debut them, or maybe even debut some older trainees. Update. I am writing this the afternoon after New Jeans' new song Cookie came out, and oh my god, these lyrics. What the hell is going on? Hype. I think it is time that we genuinely boycott this group, because it sickens me to see Hype and Minheejin get away with allowing very clear sexual innuendos in a song that 04 to 08 liners will be singing. Literally what the actual shit. And then Hype made the girls make a TikTok explaining how the song was a quote-unquote fan song. Like, ladies, you did not even have fans until you dropped a surprise song a week and a half ago. These poor girls don't even look like they believe what they're saying either. Something has to be done about New Jeans to protect these girls, and quickly. Okay, well, on to the next point I'll be making. I think I am going to keep this point short because it's a bit of a touchy subject for me. Kind of like a permanent tender bruise. But I am seeing more and more of this in the K-pop fan space, especially from K-tubers, and I am getting kind of sick of it. Why are we all just forgiving Woojin and acting like he is some poor misunderstood victim? Before you come at me in the comments and say the allegations were fake. Yes, they were fake, and I will never be okay with the losers who think falsely accusing someone of SA for fun is a good thing to do. But I will not forget what Woojin did to the members of Stray Kids. Woojin left at a time when Stray Kids were preparing for a comeback and a world tour, and because he left they had to work extra hard to rearrange all of their songs and choreographies to fit 8 people. At their concert that year in Seoul, the members were seen getting emotional because they were so worried Stays would leave them because of this, and because they had worked so hard to complete the tour and the comeback with him leaving so suddenly. Bang Chan has alluded that Stray Kids and Woojin are not on good terms anymore.
Like I know a person who had to face the worst consequence by making a lot of mistakes, and it was because of those mistakes that really affected the people around him. If you make a promise with the team or the people around you, you need to be responsible and really keep those promises, not break them. And so just remember to think of the people around you, and think very carefully about your future and what you want to do, like your dreams and everything, because the actions and decisions that you make could become a very big turning point in your life. So don't be that person who just thinks about himself and think about the people, and make sure to think about the people around you too.
I will never understand why people keep trying to lump them together. They re-recorded all of their songs to exclude Woojin on their own accord, and the company and Stray Kids themselves do everything they can to erase his existence from Stray Kids, even removing him from music video thumbnails. How is that not fishy that he did something to hurt someone, JYP, the Stray Kids members, or even someone else? Not to mention, he used him addressing the allegations against him to promote his solo career, which is just weird and extremely tone deaf. I hate this narrative floating around, especially among unaware K-tubers, that Woojin is this poor victim of cancel culture, when he has always been an asshole. The fact that he is not a sexual assaulter is literally the bare minimum. If you are a Woojin fan or sympathizer, know that I don't really want to hear you defend him in the comments, since this is an emotional topic for me. But if you, I just ask you respect my point of view as a stay and as someone who cares for Stray Kids. Thank you, and on to the next point.
We about to paint the town.
Okay, now for something a little bit more lighthearted. I will never, ever understand the hate that K-pop fans and orbits have for Luna's more girl crush-like and darker concepts, such as So What, Why Not, and PTT. Why Not and PTT are two of my favorite Luna title tracks. And So What is the song that made me stan Luna. Everything about these tracks and releases are amazing. The B-sides are so good, especially Wow and Be Honest from the End mini album, Oots and Star from the Midnight mini album, and Ding Ding Dong from the Hash mini album. The concepts are so cool and interesting, but especially PTT's concept. A lot of orbits claim that So What is where the Lunaverse lore quote unquote died, but that could not be further from the truth. The entire point of the So What MV was to bring all the Lunas from around the world together and burn the moon to create a new one. How is that not very important lore to the Lunaverse story? Anyways, I didn't enjoy Why Not styling all too much, but So What and PTT's styling were super cute for the most part. I especially loved the black latex outfits for PTT. Those were so badass and the girls all looked so good in them. PTT has such catchy parts in it, and I am never bored listening to it. It is one of my all-time top listened to songs on my Spotify. Not to mention the choreography is one of my favorites from Luna as well. Every part hits so hard. From me, this isn't a very shocking opinion, since I have always been a sucker for louder and more upbeat title tracks, but I just love when a title track feels big and grand. PTT especially delivered that for me, and that's why it's my favorite Luna comeback. I am so mad that their promotions got cut short because of the pandemonium. Honestly, I could talk about how much I like these eras for days, but I won't because that would be annoying, to be honest. Stan Luna, stan talent, stan queens. Before I get into this, I want to clarify I literally have nothing against Bahiye. I think she is super sweet and a pretty talented K-pop idol. My problem is with her stans. More specifically her solo stans. Oh my god. Almost every day I get on Twitter and see them starting more mess. Why do you always treat this girl like she's some poor victim of the industry and of her members? I am not a Kepler stan, but I am a casual fan, and from what I've seen all the members care about Bahiye so much, and always look out for her. But here come the solo stans trying to convince the public that she is this poor victim of the industry who gets no lines or center time and is hated by everyone. When that's not even true. It is true that she could be getting more lines. I agree. But why do you want to believe that she is hated so badly? The only genuine hate I've seen with her is during Girls Planet 999, especially during the final episode. But since then 90% of the comments I see about Bahiye are positive. And why on earth would you want to convince yourself that her members hate her or are plotting against her in some way? Literally, what is this? What does this even mean? It is true that not all members of every K-pop group are friends, but saying nonsense like, her members hate her because they didn't all publicly compliment her on her birthday is just dumb. I'm sorry. Also, when Xiaoting did her dance during Isaac, and completely devoured by the way, all Bahiye stans were blabbering on and on about how Bahiye should be the only one in Kepler to go viral. Solo stans are literally insane. I fear. Anyways, this weird savior complex that Bahiye stans have has to stop because I am sick of seeing it all over my Twitter timeline.
마음은 이렇게 알다가도 모르지 사랑이라는 건 한순간에 필 테니
One Young is a hot topic within the K-pop fandom right now, and I can see why. One Young is objectively one of the prettiest K-pop idols active right now. She gets a lot of hate for breathing, for not smiling at every given moment, and even for eating a strawberry. Quick side tangent. She also receives hate for being the most favored in IVE, which makes sense because of her popularity, but honestly it isn't okay. One Young is the visual, so it makes sense that she gets the most brand deals and modeling opportunities, but styling her so that she looks like a solo artist and the rest of the members of IVE are her backup dancers? Very weird. One Young can be the most popular member without being isolated from the rest of the group. That isn't her fault, though. It's their stylists and company's fault. So let's stop blaming One Young for something she can't control. Okay, tangent over. Let's talk about how you all talk about her. I see people talking about how the visual position is stupid because people only talk about the idol's visuals instead of their talents. And that is literally how you all talk about One Young. I don't know if I've ever seen a tweet praising her for anything other than how good she looks in a music video, a selfie, a photo shoot, etc. I literally had no idea how good of a singer One Young was until I heard her singing in 11.
내 안에 빼곡하게 피어나는 blue 내가 지금
Either she improved immensely since IZ 1, or she was hiding her talent in IZ 1. Because I had never heard her sing like that before. I've been vocally trained since I was 9 years old, and I can say that she does have a very, very strong voice. Her dancing is great too. She's nothing special, but for someone with a lanky body like hers, she has very good control from what I've seen. I can't believe I never see anybody discuss her musical talents. She also has some of the best stage presence I have seen within 4th gen K-pop. She is so captivating when she is on screen, not just because of her looks but because of her presence and ability to command the camera and audience. Even back in Produce, as a 13-year-old girl, she has always had that i-dle spark that tells you that she was born to be on stage, and I never see anyone talk about it, and it makes me sad. She's an i-dle that deserves to be praised for her talents, even more so than her looks. I hope she continues to improve and surprise me again and again with her voice. Hoping for more vocal talent showcased in IVE's next comeback. That's all for this video. This video honestly isn't supposed to be anything serious, just me making random points and observations, and expressing my opinions that have been brewing in my head for a while. Again, it's okay to not agree on things, but be kind and respectful in the comments. I want to have a discussion about all of these things with you. If you enjoyed, feel free to gift a like and subscribe to my channel for potentially more videos like this one. Also, if there's anything else you want to see me touch on or talk about, let me know in the comments of this video as well. Have a great day, and see you in the next video. Goodbye, friends.